Hey guys, Jordan here again with another Tesla full self-driving video, this time on version 13.2.2. We got it with the holiday update this morning in our 2023 Model X with AI4 cameras and hardware. Really excited to go on this drive. There is one notable included feature in the version that we have on the Model X, which is that they redesigned the controller for smoother, more accurate tracking. This was on the Model 3 and Y in earlier versions of V13, so I'm very curious to know how this feels and reacts in comparison to 13.2.1, which handled really well in the city. There obviously are still all these upcoming improvements. I expect the parking to be almost exactly the same, and otherwise we'll see how it all works out. Apparently the GPUs went brrrr for this one, according to the Tesla AI team. I just pulled over to the side of the road, what I thought was a good spot, setting the car up for these types of drives. We're gonna go on the FDR, do some highway style driving, and we're going to also drive down in some of the most complicated streets down in the financial district. You can see I have a crazy zigzagging trip all the way down through there into Tribeca, Hudson Square, and then into the Flatiron district. We'll see how it goes. And without further ado, press and hold start FSD as we've been. The car goes into forward, and then it realizes it has no space. It's going to shift into forward again. There's a car in the left lane coming off the curb, and it's going to pull off the curb right away. This is my first drive on this version. I guess this is first impressions, but at the same time, I'm so happy with the previous version that I decided just to put it through the most complicated test I have yet. The only difference between this and my other city drives so far is that it's, I guess, light out. It's like 12:30 in the afternoon on Monday. So it's the middle of the day, but it is fairly shady out. You're not necessarily going to get high sun in the middle of December in New York, especially with all the buildings blocking it. Alright, we're ready to go. The car has to stay to the left as it goes up onto the entrance ramp here to the FDR. We have some direct sun. Let's see if the car throws up the red hands. So far, so good. Sun's right in my eyes and right in the camera's eyes. It's also 25 degrees out today with a wind chill of like 10, so very cold. We're going to get onto the highway. This section of the FDR is particularly insane. There's just so much traffic and the lanes are like prohibitively narrow. Let's see if it will get in. It's got to squeeze in a really tight spot here, and it did get in nicely. The person behind us let us in a little bit. Van in front of us obviously is moving along. So there's some really complicated sections of the highway over here too. Not only is it very narrow, but there's pretty much no lines. And not only that, but there's a million potholes. So we're we're really turning the difficulty up to 11 too, especially with the sun adding to it. Seems like the visualization is clear though. There's a bit of shade. But we're moving along here. We're gonna move into the middle lane, which is the right move here. There is some local knowledge about driving on the FDR over here. The road does make some like branching sections. I'm shocked it's actually getting in the left lane. Let's see what it does. Moving along here, speed limit's 40. People will go up to 50, 55 or so. It's getting back in the middle lane here. Honestly, that's okay. So far, so good. So sketchy to drive on the FDR, and the fact that I'm comfortable, no hands, is telling of how good the software has gotten. But you need to stay very alert in these situations. Things can go sideways very fast. Still getting that direct sun too. Right it through the camera, no red hands, no nothing. Seems I get it less with the Model X than with other cars. From people on Twitter, it seems, at least. Maybe it has to do with the angle of the cameras. It's getting in the right lane. I don't know if I necessarily like this. Just don't shoot the gap here. To get into the right lane. Can do it after this bus. This is very tight. And it's going to do it perfectly. Wow. New York return. I was going to step out, waved, the car decided to go. That was good. New Yorkers, man. Blinkers on, pulling up. Got a lot of pedestrians to handle here. We're in the middle of Chinatown now. People are not abiding by any traffic laws. That was so good. Wow. This guy's cutting out, not paying any attention. Alright, we're not going to park at this one because there's no need to go all the way around the road. There's a couple of weird moves here. It's very crowded down here in Chinatown. This is probably an area that most people wouldn't want to drive themselves. It's actually an area I've never been. Look at that, the car's already peeling off to try to get around this person making the left. It would try to creep through, but there's so many pedestrians. Can't do it. The car's trying so hard. Come on, go. You can do it. You can go right now. Perfect. Look at that. I'm not sure if it's the model or the revised controller, but it's very, very smooth. No harsh braking at all. Look at this. What a tough turn. Let me get some more direct sun. It's got to go all the way over to the right lane. So great. Oh man. It really put us in an interesting area of the city today. This is going to be another level. We got our headlights flashed at us, but then the guy pulled back in. It's got to go slow, so slow. This is insane. Oh my God, it's doing it. That guy's making a lot of bad life decisions. Car is doing so good. It's so smooth. It's really decisive. There hasn't really been any sort of hesitancy. It tapped the brakes when it saw that guy jut out into the middle here. This is also new behavior entirely. It waited behind the stop line entirely for these cars to go through. That's so great. I wonder if it's going to pull up into the intersection when we start, or how's it going to handle this, because there's no turning arrow here. You pretty much have to wait till the end of the light. Okay, so it's pulling up into the middle. It's creeping. It cannot go yet. There's pedestrians, there's cars. Ooh, okay. Made space for this bus. Come on. This is exactly how I would do this turn. It's got to go at the exact right time. The cars never end, and the pedestrians are continuing to come too. Oh, it's gonna squeeze in. Look at that. That's so good. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. So we're riding in the bus lane now, which is technically wrong. I'm gonna see if it gets out of the bus lane. It doesn't. The bus lane's totally covered over. I'm gonna let it drive in the bus lane because you literally cannot, like, there are people blocking the middle lane, there are people blocking the bus lane. Maybe it saw this a little bit ahead. Oh boy, look at it weave through this. This is insane. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. All right, well, I mean, it could have gotten out of the bus lane for like 0.1 seconds and then gotten right in it, but that was insane. And we have a cop. We're gonna pass the police officer who's walking on foot. This is so crazy. I'm just blown away. And the pedestrians still do have the right of way. We could have maybe squeezed in there, but there are so many other cars. This guy is going with the bottles of water. We're gonna let him get across the street. And look at that. So courteous, but also so confident at the same time. The car is going nice and slow. The guy is still in the middle of the lane, and now he's not. Okay. Ooh, this is really tight. I'm not gonna touch the wheel, but I'm ready to. Can I squeeze through here? This is the tightest. Oh man. Keep going. I got it. This is perfect. I can't believe it. Okay, let's get rid of this stop. We're continuing on. How does it have us going? Has us making a loop around the block. I'm might have to add more because this is killing it. We're looking uptown now. There's Midtown over there. We're going all the way around the block, pretty much doing the exact same thing, but instead of making that left, we're going to be the one making the right. We're going to go back through traffic. Cannot go right on red in New York, I'm pretty sure. Maybe you can, but I'm going to disengage there. I forgot, to be honest. Can you go right on red? Well, let's disengage. And make the turn for the car. And re-engage. We have a green light. What it's doing is right, which is it's creeping out. You have to be so assertive in New York in order to get anything done. So this is the right move. We're gonna go right in front of this woman. That's actually pretty good. Is it gonna stay in the bus lane again? We're putting the car back through the same situation. Looks like it's gonna try to get out of it. This is insane. There's just so many cars parked. We're just taking the car through some of the most complicated stuff I've ever seen. Let's just add another stop, like down over here too. Sure. We'll go edit trip, and we will put that, I don't know, here maybe? Is this even possible? It looks doable. Complicated, but doable. Perfect so far. Still creeping along. This is the left lane. Ooh, recognize that immediately. But that's going to the left, and it kept going. Is that mapping data or just good luck? That's awesome. Wow. We're on Vesey Street now, block from the World Trade Center. This is a famous cathedral or church on our right-hand side. Ooh, this is good actually. The light is green, but traffic is cleared. Let's see if this is insane. All right, well, we're gonna just be nice because the box got blocked and we would have been sitting in the middle, stuck for a little while. And there's so much traffic, people are just gonna assume that you're stopped for a reason. It's okay with me, it's okay with the car. That's a safe maneuver. No one honked. I'm happy with that. Left. We're gonna see a lot of Cybertrucks today, it seems. Here's another one. This guy apparently doesn't know how to park his Cybertruck. Oh, it's just a really tight spot. Oh man, that's comedic. Oh, this person's gonna come off the curb. They didn't even put their blinkers on. This other person's on the curb. We gotta get into the left turning lane quick. Jeez. This is by far the most complicated drive I've done. It's also Christmas week. Tourism down here is crazy. You don't want to force yourself in here, but you also don't want to be stuck. Let's see how this goes. All right, this car is going to go. This is the right move. It should go right after these people finish crossing the street. Oh, this guy's got to go. He still has the right of way. Pedestrians are going as they should, and we're going to go right away after that. That's courteous. Another Cybertruck. How many are we going to see? Half wrapped. What have we seen? 4 or 5 on this trip? New Yorkers. And their Cybertrucks. Stop sign. Perfectly executed. So funny when the car waves and you're just not driving the car. Or people wave and you're just not driving the car. Alright, it's going to roll this perfectly. These people need to clear the intersection soon. This is great. This is exactly how you should handle these situations. You show your intent to the pedestrians, but you don't run them over. Perfect. Another stop sign. Right, and the car's gonna creep. Sees this guy who's not paying any attention. They have a stop sign going the other direction. Let's see if it goes. Perfect. So decisive, but so safe. Alright, this guy's like half packed in, I like how it's pulled up but not too far. This is great. How many times am I gonna say this is great in this video? 50? 100? Alright, this guy's got his hazard lights on in front of us, or his flashers. Why is the real question. Look at this. He's got to just drive on the wrong side of the road. Oh, he's waiting. They're waiting for the other people. It's pulled in behind this. It's allowing them to go. It's put its blinker on to signify that it does want to go around because it can't flash the brights. That'd be cool. And it's gonna. Oh wow, this is so crazy. This is by far the most complicated situations I've ever seen the car do successfully. It's not even close. How does it do this? How does it do this? I can't believe it. Stop sign. It's gonna coast up nicely. Ooh, look at that. It's so good. Asserting itself. Just perfectly cautious. Oh, I don't think we can fit here. I can't fit through this. We cannot fit. I'm glad the car didn't even try. That would have been so scary. The car needs to honk. Tesla AI team, honk. Where's honk on command? Rolled that stop perfectly and then it stopped. These people are in the middle. Look at this. People don't even think. You're just like in New York. I got waved on there. Thank you. Give them the thumbs up. This is so narrow also. Can it do this? It's so narrow. Oh, it's squeezed in perfect. It's also so narrow. Okay. This is good. I'm glad it's navigating these situations slowly instead of just barreling through here. She made eye contact. Realized I was not driving. Okay. It's gonna stop. So now we're on the probably the worst streets in New York all together. Oh, it's doing so good. Look at this. You have to go so slow. These streets are all like broken cobblestone and horrible, unpaved, 30-year-old streets. Delmonico's, that's a famous place. Okay, it should go hopefully after this pedestrian, and look at that. This is insane. That person's not even following the law. These people just jump out, but what are you going to do? You can't block the sidewalk. Are these people moving? We haven't stopped. We're just rolling. It's slow. This is perfect. Okay. The car is just being so cautious back here, but this is perfect. So I'm not going to have it park here, mostly because I don't want to get honked at by everyone else. Let's see if it just changed the route, though. Oh, it did. I don't really want to do that. Let's see if I can add it back. Radisson. Come on. Okay, we're going to add it back. So narrow. Look at this. Ooh. I have to like creep my head up to even check. It's doing it perfect. Let's pull the cameras up. Back and forth over and over and over again just to make sure that the car doesn't do something stupid and puts its blinkers on. This guy's just in the middle of the lane. With it taking a photo. What's it gonna do? This is too tight for the car. I think it has to go in reverse. Preparing for it, but it's got to back all the way up. Is it going to put the car in reverse? I can't make the turn. Oh, it's trying so hard. It's not going in reverse for some reason. I'm going to give it like 5 more seconds to decide, and if it can't figure it out, then we're going to take over. Oh, ended up going in reverse. Took a few seconds. This is insanely tight. I mean, you have to reverse here. That's so tight. This guy's just in the middle of the street now. Alright, we're getting honked at. And there it goes. Okay. This is so narrow and so scary. I'm very patient with the car. It couldn't find a spot to make reverse because people are just keep cutting around you back and forth. The car eventually just did it. Oh man, that's stressful. That's stressful for the car. That's stressful for me. Let's go back to this. Couldn't put the car through something worse. This is probably the narrowest street in New York that I've driven on before. Let's put the cameras up. And there's a dog jumping out in the middle at another dog. We're good. Are we just torturing ourselves by doing this? Or am I torturing the car? Okay, it's totally blind, so it has to creep. And it's exactly the way that you need to do this. You cannot see left and right. You have to expect that people are going to stop, and if they don't, you just will get hit. Oops, I accidentally pressed the windshield wiper. I meant to close the camera. Let's just wipe the windshield. Okay. Okay, so it should just go here. It's a little sketchy because the sidewalk kind of like ends. Oh, and it's got to thread the needle here. We're right down by the New York Stock Exchange too. I think it's like a block from us away. Look at this. This is so insane. Just continuously the most narrow streets. Oh, I finally saw a little bit of a gap. It took it. Oh, and the person on the bike nearly jumped out and killed us. We're good. Wow. We're on Wall Street. We're on Wall Street. Should we just drive around here with like our hands out the window so all the Tesla Q people in the stock exchange can see what we're doing? There you go. Stock exchange is right there. Hands are up out the windows. And we're off. This bike's gonna cut us off. Sun right in the camera. Right in my eyes too. Gotta go in the bus lane. Oh, it's threading the needle. Oh, is this mail truck stopped? It's gonna have to get back over. Uh-oh. See? The mail truck's actually in the wrong lane. And we're getting right back over. All these cars are stopped. People are just on their phones. You have to drive in the bus lane here. There's no other way. I thought I couldn't have gone in a worse area, but we decided to go down right next to the Bull. We are actually next to the New York Stock Exchange. Could I have picked a more complicated area? It's signaling because you can go left or right here. Oh man, I have no idea if it's gonna be able to get through this. Let's just let it try. There's so many cars behind us. Come on. You can do it. It's trying so hard. I have to tap the accelerator here because there's no way to get through. This is insane. I'm tapping the accelerator because I don't want to kill these people, but I also don't want to. Okay, I took it off. There's just too many people. This isn't even driving. street. This girl's in a snowsuit. I guess it is pretty cold. Should go after these people clear the intersection. And immediately it's got to go into oncoming traffic with the sun in its eyes. And it sees the cop. Does not want to go. It's giving the cop the right of way. Wave up to the officers, let them through. The car is going to swing its wheel around. This is so tight. Can it go? Can? Come on. You can do it. It's going. It's just going so slow. It's so tight, this corner. Look at this. Ooh. It's continuing to go. Oh, and there's a person walking next to the car at the same time. Oh boy, this is insane. These are golden opportunities for the car, and the sun is beaming right in it. Okay, can it fit? Can you fit? Alright, this girl's gonna pull up. And we're good. It's begging. It's begging to be taken out of this area. Oh, and I put a stop. I forgot. Oops. Should I just... Welcome to the Battery Park Garage. Okay, should I take a ticket? We're gonna take a ticket for the drive. We have a ticket. We're gonna open the gate. And we're gonna go park the car manually. If it can get out of this garage, it would be the most insane thing. I'm gonna be so careful with this. Do the craziest stuff. I don't even know how to get out of the garage. I think you have to like go out and around. It's gonna back up. It's gotta go this way after it does the Austin Powers 5-point turn, I think. There's cones, so it sees the cones. Perfect. Oh, and it's deciding to do this. I don't know if it's gonna be able to make this. I don't think I can make this turn. Is it gonna back up? Should. All right, and we're off again with full self-driving. The car's gonna roll itself forward and go. That was a big mistake on my part. I should never have taken the car there. That is the worst parking garage I've actually ever seen in my whole life. Now we're in Tribeca. The roads over here are also pretty narrow and somewhat off-grid. Okay. They got waved on by some pedestrians who didn't want to cross. You know, they should have. Thanks. Noticing that the car is seeing people's hand gestures a lot more now. Must be 3 or 4 times on this drive alone that people have waved us on. It's going to be very interesting when there's just no one in the driver's seat. Like, who will the people be waving at? What's even the point anymore? But I guess if the car is listening, then you might as well just keep doing it. Over here. Alright, it can go around this truck. It has to go very carefully. I thought I was going to hit the side of that truck. Did not. That's close. It really seems to know its size very well, but boy, was that close. It's deciding, oh, that's the right thing to do. It's taking the through traffic side. That's perfect. I can't believe that they just mapped through that properly. No tunnel access. Let's see if it will cut over the bike lane to park. Leaving space for this truck. Alright, so it is in the bike lane right now. Is it going to just pull it over? Oh, come on. It's really going to park. Like, it's actually picking a great spot. It's not illegal or anything. I need a breath. This is so complicated. All right. A sip of water. Let's keep going. Just gonna cut right out. It's gotta back up. This is too tight. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And we're good. This is the most insane drive I've ever done. This person's half parked on the sidewalk. Alrighty, we're about to be off. This person just cut everyone off. See if it gets us into this lane, and it does. This is the right way to do this. Okay, so they're both straight only, but this is the right way to do it because we actually have to make a quick left ahead. I appreciate this from the car. Look at that. That was so smart because it had to get in this left lane. It's the right decision. It's right in every way. Look at that. It understood that the other traffic was not coming. Nice. And it's got to get all the way over to the corner here and pull over. You're going to go into reverse. That's it. We're at the end of the trip. Oh man, that was insane. That is the most high stress, complicated driving situation I've ever seen any full self-driving Tesla in. I'm exhausted, but I'm gonna go home and edit this video now. If you enjoyed the video, please follow me on X or subscribe and like the video on YouTube if you see it on there. I don't know if I can put myself back through another one of these financial district drives so quickly. So if you liked it, let me know. I expect this is going to be a long video. So if you made it this far, cheers and have a good one.